In this episode, the Yankee Marshal loses his ability of intelligible communication, John Lovell secures his icon status, and Demolition Matt finds his universal polar opposite. Coming up. I'm Gun Drama Johnny, and this is Gun Gossip, your one-stop shop for all gun channel drama. This is our very first episode. Over the last several weeks and months, all of the different gun channels have been acting like a bunch of middle-aged drama queens.
When you little scamps get together, you're worse than a sewing circle.
I thought we could cover it, talk a little bit about it, and have some fun along the way. At the very end, I'm going to have a question for y'all. I'd like to hear your opinion. And so we begin the first episode of Gun Gossip. If we're going to have a conversation about gun drama, we've got to start with the drama queen of the trailer park himself, the Yankee Marshal. Back in October, beginning with the Gun Collective's Roundtable, which I thought was excellent, the Yankee Marshal absolutely became unglued and unhinged, calling out all sorts of different individuals by name and stirring up all sorts of trouble, and all throughout the mix begging for Patreon dollars. Part of the conversation were some of the Yankee Marshal's own viewers who began to say publicly, hey, Yankee Marshal, you have a gun channel without guns. You stand in front of your safe, you talk, you bloviate, you pontificate, but rarely do you actually fire weapons. And that's where the Yankee Marshal absolutely lost it. One of my favorite channels that called out the Yankee Marshal recently is Bald and Curious. He's got a great channel, and I absolutely love his accent.
This is my 40th anniversary CZ. You see these nice and smooth grips? Don't they look gorgeous?
I like the way you talk.
I like the way you talk.
Bald and Curious called out the Yankee Marshal in two separate videos offering challenges to the Yankee Marshal.
Yankee Marshal's video, so I'm actually calling him out right now.
So what does the Yankee Marshal do in response? Does he offer a rational and logical response? Not so much. He begins instead to flail incoherently. See for yourself.
You must never shoot your guns. I don't ever see you shoot your guns. I hardly ever see you shoot your guns. Since I don't shoot a gun in every video.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
We see Hickok and them shooting almost every video. You never hardly ever shoot.
You went full retard, man.
Not to be outdone even by himself, the Yankee Marshal continues, explaining that he's a one-man show and simply can't take a camera to the range.
Can't film myself at the range very easily.
Well, Yankee Marshal, I've got some great news for you. It's a product that's been out since the 17th century. It's called a tripod. And in Thunderdome news...
Welcome to another edition of Thunderdome!
The Yankee Marshal circus gets even better. He even gets personal with Hickok 45 channel's John Hickok.
Hickok has that giant hippie or yeti or whatever it is, that son of his, to film for him.
Now, it's no big secret that Hickok 45 and his son John are big fellas, but Yankee Marshal, you want to get personal with John Hickok, and the best you can come up with is calling him a yeti? That's like the comedic value of looking at a guy named Forrest and saying, run, Forrest, run. Maybe looking at your buddy Jake and asking him about his khakis, or looking at Luke and saying anything about his father. Come on. Moreover, Yankee Marshal, do you really want to go verbally toe-to-toe with a guy that's built like a Viking warrior who throws knives and axes on his channel, fires automatic weapons regularly, all while you stand at home in front of your gun safe wearing a portly superhero t-shirt? Actions have consequences, my friend. While John Hickok has yet to respond to these quips from the Yankee Marshal, this could set up quite the cage match at the upcoming SHOT Show.
2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Up next in gun gossip, James Yeager has been banned from YouTube. This caused quite a stir both on social media and here on YouTube. A lot of big and small channels created videos and made posts using the hashtag #UnBannedJamesYeager. Not surprisingly, a lot of the larger channels were vocally supportive of the Unbanned James Yeager movement. This included Such, Plinkster, John Hickok, and Military Arms Channel Tim. And then this happened. John Lovell, who I really like, he's the warrior poet, he made a response video at a restaurant.
James Yeager's been on YouTube for a very long time, years and years, maybe even as much as a decade.
And while we do need to have a conversation about this James Yeager topic, I think the real story here is John Lovell's hair. Take a look at that bedhead. I mean, look at it. That head of hair is a force unto itself. There is so much hair there, it's got its own gravitational pull. So much gravity that it's causing Matthew McConaughey to age slower.
Grab his car,
It's like Wolverine, the 70s Hulk, and that kid from Stranger Things all got together and made a baby, and that baby is John Lovell's majestic head of hair. I can already hear the tactical keyboardists getting warmed up and getting ready to fire off at me. Their fingers are slightly sticky from chalupa residue and Cheetos dust, and they're ready to fire off at me saying, Gun Drama Johnny, you're just jealous because you're bald. You're a middle-aged bald man, and you're just jealous of John Lovell's hair. Well, you know what I have to say to that? Am I jealous of John Lovell's hair? Yes. I mean, look at it. The word amazing is not even strong enough. Hashtag man crush. There's only one other head of hair that even can compete with John Lovell.
There it is. Magnum. Holy moly. Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for! Dear God.
Move aside, Magnum. There's a new look in town. We're going to call this one the Warrior Poet.
It is amazing.
I agree, John. It's amazing. And finally, the yin and yang. We know in the universe that all things have an opposite. Up, down, black, white, Hannah Montana, and Miley Cyrus. Eastern yogis even teach us that there is a balance in the universe.
Night and day, life and death, joy and sorrow.
And this week, the universal balance was clearly seen here on YouTube among the gun channels. The yin is Demolition Ranch Matt. He got a new Humvee. He's pretty excited about it. And the yang is Paul Harrell, who stood outside and did some stuff. See if you can spot the difference.
Oh, man. 37-inch tires. Off-road beast.
But along with a slightly larger gun comes a couple of advantages.
What would you guys like to see happen?
Such as, this gun fits my hand better than this one does.
I love ya!
And with the slightly bigger gun comes slightly bigger sights.
Night and day, life and death.
I'll see you next time!
Let's see how well those can help me out in terms of accuracy.
I want to end with a question for you. Who is your vote for the biggest gun drama queen of 2017? Sound off down in the comment section. Would love to hear your opinion. And that's your middle-aged man drama for this week. I'm Gun Drama Johnny. I'll see you next week on Gun Gossip.
This gun fits my hand better than this one does.